Hey guys, welcome back to the Oilers Fanatic. Today we have updates on the Oilers goalie situation, a free agent target, and some possible changes to the lineup. Let's get started. On today's Daily Faceoff Rundown podcast, Jason Gregor and Frank Saravalli had some updates for us. First up, they revealed that the Oilers have offered UFA defenseman Ryan Murray a contract. He has reportedly received 5 offers from teams since the opening of free agency. He's a left-shot D-man and picked up 14 points in 48 games last season and was a +3. He'd fit in perfectly in the third pair and give the Oilers great depth on the left side. He's coming off a 2-year contract that was paying him $4.6 million per season. Maybe the Oilers could get him for roughly $2 million? Hard to say, he does have a lot of suitors. As we all know, Murray was almost a first overall pick for the Edmonton Oilers back in the 2012 NHL entry draft. The Oilers instead chose Nail Yakupov. Frank Saravalli reported that the Oilers may still be on the hunt for a left winger. No targets were named, but with the small amount of cap space the Oilers have left, it would have to be for the bottom 6. Lastly, Frank Saravalli reported that the Oilers are still involved in the goalie market and are currently in discussions with the Columbus Blue Jackets. According to Saravalli, the Blue Jackets are looking to lock up Elvis Merzlikins to a long-term contract and move Joonas Korpisalo. The framework of the proposed deal would be to the Columbus Blue Jackets, goaltender Mikko Koskinen, prospect Dmitry Samorukov, and the Oilers' first-round draft pick. To the Edmonton Oilers, Joonas Korpisalo. Now keep in mind, this is just the framework. If the deal actually happens, it could come out looking different. As a few of you rightly pointed out from yesterday's video, I brought up Korpisalo's numbers from the 2019-2020 season as justification for acquiring him, while not acknowledging Koskinen's numbers. So let's take a look at both for the past 3 seasons. In 2018-2019, Mikko Koskinen played 55 games, had a goals against average of 2.93 and a save percentage of .906. In the same year for Joonas Korpisalo, he played 27 games, had a goals against average of 2.95 and a save percentage of .897. In 2019-2020, Koskinen played 38 games, had a goals against average of 2.75 and a save percentage of .917. And in 2019-2020 for Korpisalo, he played 37 games, had a goals against average of 2.60 and a save percentage of .911. And this most recent season, Koskinen played 26 games, had a goals against average of 3.17, save percentage of .899, and Korpisalo played 33 games, goals against average of 3.30, and a save percentage of .894. When you compare them, Mikko Koskinen has posted better numbers than Korpisalo in all of the past 3 seasons. When you look at that data, does it make sense to deal a solid prospect in Samorukov and a first-round pick for Korpisalo? A benefit would be that you save some cap space. Korpisalo makes $2.8 million this season, and Koskinen makes $4.5. Maybe both goalies wouldn't mind having a fresh start? Aside from the cap savings, though, it's a hard trade to justify. Gregor and Saravalli didn't mention anything about the Oilers having any interest in Georgiev, but he seems like the better way to go if they are looking for an improved netminder. Here are his numbers for the past 3 seasons. In 2018-2019, he played 33 games, had a goals against average of 2.91 and a save percentage of .914. In 2019-2020, he played 34 games, had a goals against average of 3.04 and a save percentage of .910. And in the most recent season, he played 19 games, had a goals against average of 2.71 and a save percentage of .905. Paul Almeida on Twitter brought up an interesting suggestion. What about moving Koskinen for Thomas Greiss in Detroit? You save $900,000 on the cap. It's a marginal upgrade, but worth considering. Here are his numbers. In 2018-2019, he had a goals against average of 2.28 and a save percentage of .927. In 2019-2020, a goals against average of 2.74 and a save percentage of .913. And in 2020-2021, a goals against average of 2.70 and a save percentage of .912. Not earth-shattering, but definitely consistent. Ultimately, it may be best for the Oilers to just hold the line for now with Smith and Koskinen, and maybe try to upgrade at the trade deadline. Alex Stalock, Stuart Skinner, or Ilya Konovalov are also wildcards. Koskinen could surprise us. Smith did last year, so anything's possible. I've admittedly been pretty heated on Koskinen for the past while, but I think I'm going to ease back a bit. At this point, it's most likely he's an Oiler next season, and I need to come to grips with it. He's not a horrible goalie. He's a backup goalie with a $4.5 million cap hit. And thankfully, there is just one season left on that horrendous contract. Daniel Nugent-Bowman of The Athletic did a great rundown on the Oilers today. Here are some of the highlights. On Alex Stalock, the Oilers intend to keep him for training camp. If he performs extremely well, he could steal the backup job, but it's probably most likely that he's placed on waivers following training camp and is claimed with his small $785,000 cap hit. There will be no contract talks with Jesse Puljujarvi this summer. He will be a restricted free agent next summer. They probably want to err on the side of caution. Jesse had a great comeback season, but they probably want to see another strong season before they commit to him long term. As has been speculated, Kailer Yamamoto is most likely to sign a 2-year bridge contract. And a Darnell Nurse extension is currently the number one priority for the Oilers. Elliot Friedman mentioned on Oilers Now today that a long-term deal could go as high as $9 million for Nurse. Let's hope the Oilers don't have to go that high. Lastly, Bob Stauffer mentioned on Oilers Now today that we shouldn't be surprised if we see Zach Kassian playing in the top 6. Maybe that bumps Yamamoto down to the third line? With talk of Kassian playing in the top 6, we can probably put the trade rumors surrounding him to bed. That's all for today, guys. What do you think of today's news? Sound off in the comments below. Enjoying the videos? Please like and subscribe for all the latest Oilers content. You've been listening to The Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.